Hi, friends. It's Steve. I'm back. Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about becoming wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, I can tell you how to be wealthy doing the same thing I've done my whole life since I got into this business when I was 20. So basically, I'm an interior decorator. I specialize in certain fields, had many retail stores, manufacturing facilities. I have sold millions, and I can teach you how to do the same thing. This is no get rich quick scheme or, free money. I mean, I have worked for my money. So you got to work for it. And your level of success is up to you, depending on how hard you want to try, how big you get, how many sales you make, and the money you keep out of your sales. So the amount of money you keep out of your sales is going to be determined by your profit margin. So let's say you sell a job, pretty easy, $10,000. You do a good size house with nice window treatments, and so let's just say $10,000. So you write a job for 10 grand, and depending on your cost of the product, so then you got your cost of the materials, and then if you have installers, and if you have employees, and if you have retail stores, whatever your overhead is, okay, you gotta factor in all that and how much your markup is. So that's when you figure all that up, that's going to determine your profit margin per order. So the lower you can keep your overhead, the the less employees that you have, and the more your markup. Some people you can mark them up real high. Some people they're looking at every single penny and they're getting all these estimates and all this. Those people a lot of times if they're going to be a headache, I just forget it. I don't even pursue it. But generally, you're going to be dealing with people that have money, and a big majority of those people, if they like you and they like your product and your demeanor, then they're probably going to go with you. Give them a fair price. I've done a lot of government contracts, government buildings, uh, schools. I mean, so in other words, if you get in, if you get contracts, if you get awarded contracts, and you're doing all their projects, and you've done good on a few of them, so they pretty much quit calling anyone else. They stop getting bids. You can run across a lot of those type of deals in the industry to where you're not bidding against anybody. You're just you figure in a profit. You don't want to raise eyebrows, but you can start marking stuff up. And I've made huge profit on jobs. I mean, for an example, I did a bank. I had the Wells Fargo contract. So I'm doing all the Wells Fargos, in a huge area. So I do this one Wells Fargo uptown, and the cost of the product was actually very inexpensive. And I had to rent a lift. It was like some of the windows were like 40 feet off the ground. So it's an electric lift on wheels. We had to remove doors to get it in the lobby. Then I hired had some guys working for me installing. So this guy, he gets in the bucket, and you control it from the bucket, and so these guys install all of them. It was like 120 shades, And after all that, paying for the machinery, paying the installers, all that, I mean, I didn't do like any labor. I'd kind of oversee it from time to time. So it took a week from the time they started till the time they finished. Of course, I was there every day, making sure everything's going good, everything's on the up and up, no problems. So in that 1 week and me doing no labor, I walked with 15,000 cash. Bam, done. Um, that was a good job because even though it was a big job and it required an electric lift, it was easy. These guys were just hanging them, bam, bam, two screws each shade, and it was up. And they were all about the same size, so you didn't have go through with a bunch of different sizes. But I didn't do any of the labor, and I walked with $15,000. And so, that's just an example of a big contract job that was easy to do and that I made a lot of money on. But I've done thousands. I mean, in my lifetime, I've done, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000 jobs. I don't know how many I've done. This is, it's all I've ever done my whole life. So I can teach you, I know everything about this industry. I've been in it since I was 20. I can teach you this industry, teach you the pitfalls so you don't get caught up, get frustrated, quit. I can teach you how to become very wealthy in this industry. And believe me, there's people that are a lot bigger than me in this game, you know, that became multi-millionaires and then turn around and sold their business and cashed out and, it's over. You're done. So I'm putting together a training. Um, I'm putting together a training package, and out of this package, uh, you can learn how to become extremely wealthy. It's up to you. This is not where you sit back and do nothing and the money comes rolling in now. It's isn't like that. If you want to become an interior designer, you're going to be dealing with wealthy people. You're going to be dealing with a lot of contract jobs. I mean, the bigger, the more successful you get, the sky's the limit. I've been in manufacturing. There's many different aspects. You can become a manufacturer. It depends how far you want to take it. My opinion, don't get too big where you need a bunch of employees. Keep it low. Keep your profit margin as high as you can, and you keep your money. Keep as much as you can, and you do this for however many years you want to do it, and you're good with people. You're successful. I mean, you can be as wealthy as you want to be. It depends on how aggressive you want to be at anything you do, whether it's this business or any other business. So, I will teach you how to be your own boss and become wealthy and live the life that you want. And you can make big money, real big money. And it's an industry that's been around forever. It's been around for more than 100 years. But it's an industry that people don't notice and they don't really know anything about it. I can teach you anything you want to know about this industry. So, my name is Steve. Please subscribe. And in my next videos, we will go further and further with this. Thank you all and have a great day. Bye bye.